go, my boy. I bet.
LeBron, Marcus, and Gabe, and a Dew are all sort of under either return to play protocols or modified. Starting with LeBron, what do you expect out of him at the start of camp? Tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit longer of a ramp up leading into opening night for him. Obviously, year 23, uncharted territory here. So I felt, and talking with the performance and talking with Mike and LeBron, like he probably did too much last year at camp, which was great for me as a first-year head coach to get buy-in from him. But it'll be a slow process with him leading into the first game. He's obviously got 22 years so far of wear and tear on the body, and dealing with a little bit of nerve irritation. So we're playing the long game with LeBron. Gabe, he's just modified. He should be good to go live by the end of the week, and we expect him to play Friday. And that's just, again, the management of his knee that we did last year as well. Marcus is dealing with a little bit of Achilles tendinopathy. He's been in a slow ramp up. He was a modified participant, nothing by today.
Yeah, a lot of attention to detail. We're competing. A lot of guys came in to camp into shape. So everything really was going smoothly. I think the coaches like it. JJ liked to practice a lot, and I was just competing and being vocal from day one. So I liked it. It's pretty legit, and everybody got a purpose.
You and Luka entered the league at the same time. Spent draft night together at the hotel before you guys did, the arena. What was it like finally practicing with him as a teammate?
I don't even know, like something we spoke about or we thought about. You thinking what I'm thinking, and it finally came to life almost in a way. Coming up as draft prospects, and finally here in 8 years in. It's our 8th year together. So it's actually pretty cool to be this young in our age, and finally link up and to work together and just be a vocal point of the team.
What do you need from the coaching staff and teammates during the preseason to be as prepared as possible for opening night?
What do I need?
Yeah. Or what are the things that will help you to be as prepared as possible?
I don't know. They already gave me open arms, and the city already welcomed me. I don't even know what I need. I already got everything I need. Just make sure my endurance and I'm ready to play and compete, and ready to do whatever I'm told. Basically, whatever the team need, I'm here.
Deandre, Brad Turner from LA Times. How do you normally use preseason practices and games to ramp up for the regular season?
That's how you get the rust off. That's where you let the reps be moved out. Anything you need to shape up or polish up a little bit, this is where you get in the lab and you get it out your system. Watch film and get closer with your teammates and work on your condition. Just being available and knowing the task ahead and what the coaches want for the season.
Edwin Garcia, screen and roll. I see the shirt obsession. JJ just mentioned that's going to be kind of a theme this season. What does that word mean to you in the basketball context?
Obsession about your craft. I'm obsessed about my craft being better and just bringing the best contribution to the team. Holding my end of the bargain. Putting work in where there's no questions asked really. Walking in the building and just setting the tone, being a great teammate. Just being coachable.
Deandre, Kobe Price, we'll see register. JJ's mentioned wanting to get to offense earlier. He said that you guys are able to do that in the 3-on-3 and 5-on-5 action. Just how does that fit?
You said what?
Getting into their offense early. He said that was also emphasized in the 3-on-3 and 5-on-5 you guys did today. Just how does that fit into how you want to play, and how do you think that could benefit quicker offense, early offense?
Oh yeah, the floor is open, man. I see where he has the 5-out spacing, and we're this guy who sees the floor, and everybody's our shooters in the corners, and me and him working at pick and roll, and I'm seeing where where my rolls to the rim, and where Luke can put pressure on the rim as well on that big when we're in the 2-man game. I like it a lot. There's a lot of space, and we got great shooters around us. And we also got another playmaker like Austin Reeves, who's super crafty. So it's fun.
I want to ask you about, for you playing, on the Bahamian national team, just how it is for the Bahamas, you being on the next day again, like you have been in the past, but also being able to show people, that you feel like you can come from that area and then still be able to be able to play for the Lakers, and then you playing for the Lakers, being from the Bahamas.
Well, yeah. Purple and gold, that runs the Bahamas. If you're from the Bahamas, you're a Laker fan from the get-go. Because of Michael Thompson. Him setting the tone, coming into the league and winning the championship and stuff like that. Here I am following up behind him, just trying to be a part of this legacy and just not taking it for granted. It's a huge chip, But like I said, pressure is privilege, man. If I wasn't doing that, nobody would be expecting anything from me. So I'm really happy to be in this position as a player. And it's hard to explain, putting in the work and you finally somewhere you want to be where it's accounted for. Accountability is something important.
Deandre Ayton came to the Lakers from Portland. Anything
never
like that?
talked to him.
Okay.
You said you've already felt embraced by the city. I'm just curious, what that
the social media. Come on now, Laker Nation, they control the social media. One post of you having the Lakers on your chest, everybody's going crazy. So yeah, social media did it. Everybody coming at you, expectations, the draft, and the edits, all of that. Yeah, fans definitely showed love.
Last two.
Hey, did anybody stand out now that you're actually seeing them up and close on the Lakers roster?
What do you mean stand out?
Were you surprised by someone's speed or burst, or just playing up close with them in this context versus being on the other side?
Everything's surreal. Like I say, it's real when you get between them lines, man. This is all that daydreaming shit is out of the door. JJ is on it. Everybody's just amped up and super wired up. So, it's really all that pretty stuff is really out the door. It's people trying to work and get down to business.
Last question.
Your workout routine, Nima told me you came out here. Your workout before, because I know Nima was telling me that you came out here way earlier and started working out here at the facility.
Yeah, if you've been in the gym this summer or in this facility, I've been around 24/7, in and out, 2 workouts a day. Just staying sharp as heck just to be prepared for training camp and letting Luke and my guys know who are my playmakers, that I got them when it comes to screening and rolling and just being this defensive anchor the team wanted. So I'm just fulfilling whatever JJ wanted me to do, and like I'm saying, I'm amped. You know what I mean? Yeah, practice just taking a little. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to play.
Thank you, Deandre.
What'd you think today?
It was fun. We had a good time. Competed. Got after it. Like I said, it's fun.
JJ told us LeBron is, the plan with him is to be a little more conservative, to take a longer ramp up. What are the ways you think that him and Luka can still forge kind of chemistry if he's not out there, in live reps all the time?
Yeah, just communication. To have, good dialogue back and forth, what everybody likes, what, we think we can do to be successful. I mean, with him being one of the highest IQ guys to ever play the game, I think it's not that hard to, piece it in, even if he's not out there right now. He sees the game just as good as anybody that's ever played the game. So, like I said, just having conversation, dialogue back and forth, what we feel like we could do to, help our team be successful is going to be, I think, key.
How did he kind of participate without being on the court today?
How did he?
Yeah.
It's Brown. He's always going to, observe, kind of how he does it and then communication. I think that's the approach that he's going to take right now is just being one of our vocal leaders. That's what he's done his whole career. That's what he's done his last 5 years that I've been with him. So I don't expect anything else.
JJ mentioned that there's next week there's a fun exercise he has planned for you guys, a non-physical fun exercise in terms of like maybe team building. He said a few guys know about it. Did he tell you, or do you know what he's talking about?
Hopefully it's golf. He told me.
Yeah, told you.
Maybe pickleball. He probably picked pickleball or something like that. But he's scared to. I've never beat him in a money game of golf, so I don't know why he wouldn't pick golf. So.
Are you good at pickleball?
I've played once. I don't know. I had decent hand-eye coordination. I played more tennis, so he don't want to play me in tennis.
How did Deandre look specifically pick and roll?
Oh, good. Obviously, these are very new reps. I was able to play a couple pickup sessions with him a couple weeks ago, so we've had a couple more times. It's the first time I've seen him and Luka play, but Luka passes the ball so well that he needs to expect open lobs, open floaters, things around the paint. But they look good. But we're gonna have to continue to build that and kind of have that learning curve of knowing what and when we want to do stuff. So it was fun.
Also, now that you're a seasoned veteran,
I don't know about all that.
okay, now that you're a veteran, how does ramp up change for you coming into this season, getting ready for the regular season?
Yeah, I think it's the same for me. I've been in here, basically the last month and a half. I've been absent a little bit. My brother had a baby.
Uncle, huh?
Yeah, I'm an uncle now. So it was fun. I think it was, what was last month, September? Yeah, September 28th. So it's good. Congratulations to them. Very excited for that. Went home for that. But just been here, working out, playing pickup, having fun, just being around the guys.
Austin, did any of the new players kind of stand out? I know a lot of you talked yesterday about being happy that Marcus Smart's now on your side and on the opposing side.
Yeah, I mean, very excited to have him on our team. He's obviously, his resume speaks for itself, what he's done in this league. It's much better to have him on your team than against him. Competing against him sucks sometimes, but hopefully, he does that to other players on opposing teams. So it's very, very fun to have him. Jake, Da. It's good. We got a lot of good pieces.
JJ's mentioned an emphasis on head-to-head passes. If you don't get it, gets a primary ball handler, get into the offensive action, 18 extra seconds on the clock. Did you feel that play out when you guys were able to play live in 3-on-3s, 5-on-5s, and so how do you think it went?
Yeah, I thought it went good. There was a couple opportunities where the pitch ahead was open and we got something quick. One time I think I threw it ahead to Rui. Rui got an one. So just trying to take advantage of those situations to where you can get early offense, easy offense. So
Also, how do you feel like your voice has changed being a leader on this team? Because I know we talk about Bron and Luka, but I know you have an active voice on this roster. And how has that changed from your first practice all the way up until now? Yeah.
I don't think I said one word my first practice. I was very quiet that whole year, and then the second year I came out of my shell and talked more. Just being able to communicate with the guys what I see, try to be an extension to the coaching staff. We all got one goal, and that goal is to win. And any way I can help that come true is what I'll do. Perfect. Appreciate it.
Nick, hey, can't wait to with the Athletic.
Thank you.
What's this been like from, leaving Charlotte to this opportunity? Kind of take us through the steps of getting a chance to play here.
Yeah, it's been crazy, especially when I stepped in foot in the facility on media day. It was hundreds of people in here. It's probably 20 people in media day in Charlotte. So it's definitely a blessing to be here and learn from the best.
This was a place you worked out, I believe, right?
Yes, sir, my pre-draft.
And stuff like that. What was it then that was exciting about being a Laker, and what did it feel like to have your journey kind of take you this way?
Well, I was just trying to, get my foot in the door, when I came here, trying to do a pre-draft workout, and I think I did pretty well. And just for me to end up here now is kind of crazy, like I said. Just thankful for the opportunity just to get better and learn from the best.
Nick David, with ESPN. See ya.
Yes, sir.
What do you think you can take from the stuff that you showed in Charlotte that gives you confidence coming into this job, and then what do you say is like the next step in your development?
Yeah, well, I say my next step in my development is just keeping the game easy, keeping it simple, not really doing too much. And I say just my shooting ability, just to be able to, I feel like I can go anywhere and help the team, put the ball in the basket and stuff like that, and also just need to be a better defender as well.
Go. Coach, you gotta go.
I'm Taylor Diaz. I'm with the Lakers. Just wondering, on your first day of training camp, were you kind of like stuck by or learned from, since you got here? So recently.
What did I learn when I got here?
Just who'd you like kind of hang close to today with the Lakers on your first day of training camp?
I'd say it was like a team. It's a team effort.
Okay.
I say Gabe, because I got a lot of questions because of trying to figure out, the system and stuff like that, what JJ want, and what JJ need, and what the team needs. So just asking him a lot of questions. He's been very helpful. For sure.
Can you explain just this journey, for you? I mean, being one of the top high school prospects, getting into this position now, and also battling adversity, because you did that in college too as well with the injury. But how has this been for you, and being in another step where you're like, I've already been here before with the adversity, and having so many people believe in you too as well amongst this journey?
It's a blessing, man. I got a great support system at home. They pulling for me at home, and I just try to come in here and grind wherever I'm at. Just try to grind and grind it out, and just learn each and every day. I'm still young. I still got ways to go in this league, and I know that. So really just take as much information I can every day from JJ and from the players, because the players has been there before at the highest stage. So just excited just to get it rolling.
And then what is the response from the homies too, like you being on the Lakers? I know it's crazy too, especially.
Yeah, they got a lot of questions and a lot of comments and stuff like that. I try not to get too much in it, just to stay locked in and stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy back at home. So my phone been blowing up.
What was the timing like of this move for you? It happened so late in the offseason to be released from Charlotte and finalists. Does it make you feel like you're kind of trying to catch up to the process?
Yeah, just not really catch up to the process, because that's just the NBA. Sometimes things are not gonna work out where you're at, and I understand that. Of course, I'm just trying to catch up, just trying to, because guys been here in the summertime, so I'm gonna ask as many questions as I can just to get it rolling. But as far as my game, I'm always there ready.
Like you mentioned the defense, where you specifically thinking point of attack, weak side, off the ball. What are the things that you want to focus on?
Everything, on the ball, off the ball, even switch five when we switching, guarding bigger defenders. I gotta get stronger, get bigger. So we could be able to do that in a game. Learning weak side tag, pretty much everything.
Nick, is this something where you were? I apologize, it's confusing. I tend to do that every once in a while.
Right, you good?
I'd hold off on that. You're a guy who's been able to score the ball, right? You did it in high school, gifted offensive player. And in Charlotte, there was kind of like, let's see who's going to be our scorers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How do you take those skills and apply them to a situation where there are guys here who score the basketball? Like what parts of your game do you think fit? Where are the other parts of your game do you think that you have to kind of uncover?
Yeah. We got some of the best players that ever played the game here. So, obviously I'm not going to come in here trying to, whoopie-doo and do everything and stuff like that. So, it's definitely going to be very quick decisions, quick decision making. And, I understand that. And, it's either you shoot or get off of it, to be honest with you, especially when you're a young player and trying to learn and stuff like that. So, I still know my game. I still know what I'm capable of. So, like I said, I got a lot of ways to go in this league.
Nick, bad time from LA Times. Was there anyone that you looked at in the NBA that you try to pattern your game after, or you try to look at and say, this is someone that I can have to be like?
My favorite players are Kobe Bryant, Kyrie Irving, and Bradley Beal. So, I've been watching those guys.
First name, not a bad name to have.
Yeah, not a bad name at all.
No.
Nick, Edwin Garcia, silver screener role. You already mentioned a little bit about the journey and kind of quickly getting here. What was that process like? You know, we just heard, you know, obviously the other day that you were on the team. For a person who's kind of going through that journey, how quickly do you have to kind of adjust and realize, okay, I'm coming to Lakers training camp. I got to be ready. Let me keep this going.
It's definitely a quick adjustment. You know, I think I came here, Monday. I got in Monday, and you know, training camp is today, so quick adjustment. But you know, I gotta be ready. So no excuses.
Nick, you did pre-draft here. You've been around, I mean, with Clutch. So, you know, having Bron here, I know you've been around Bronny, a lot of guys, you know, that have been around Clutch. How has that helped you? And then you also being here for several summers. And how is that relationship with you and Bron and having him as a mentor now and being your teammate? Is that crazy for you too?
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I think so. But I mean, what Bron do, it speaks for itself. You know, just having to me, the greatest player to ever play the game is truly a blessing. Just to get to pick his brain, whether he's like coming to talk to me or not. You know, just looking at him and looking at Luka and stuff like that. Which is, I think the team, everybody does that as well. Just pick up anything you can from, just to learn from him.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.